Join me today for a BattleTech short story review, this time The Specter of Winter by Craig A. Reed Jr. This is the Geek Ball channel. If you've not been here before, my name is Bobby, and today we're going to be doing a BattleTech short story review. Like I said, The Specter of Winter by Craig A. Reed Jr. Now, this is the free short story on the Catalyst website for June of 2025. I apologize, I didn't make videos for April or May. I do have the stories, and I might still go ahead and review them. Just various things kept coming up, and I just never got around to reading them. I did post repeatedly that, hey, if you want these, like, download them now. So, if you're watching this after June of 2025, then the story is presumably no longer free on the Catalyst website. Now, they might have revised their policies by that point. I don't know. This story might wind up as part of a larger anthology of stories or a collection of short stories. I've seen things like this happen. In fact, there's a set of stories for the Fox Patrol, I believe, coming out. It's one of Brian Young's set of characters, and there was a short story around Christmas for them that was released that is going to be in that collection book. I don't remember exactly what the details were on that, but it was listed. So this may end up in something else. I don't know, especially given the time frame, and it seems to be about a single character. So maybe, maybe not. But there will be a link down in the description to where you can download this. And again, it's free on the Catalyst website. Their web store, sorry. So yeah. It is a short story. It's like, 10, 12 pages, something really short. And so I'm not going to go super in detail in the plot because I could almost probably just read the thing to you. But I'm going to talk a little bit about it. And yeah, that's basically where we're going to go with all this. So I do have other short story reviews. Now, some of them are for the free stories on the Catalyst website. Some of them are for the short stories that have come with the various box sets. And also I've reviewed the first issue of Shrapnel, which is a collection of shorter stories. So, yeah, we do have some other short stories. I've got several book reviews on here too. If you folks haven't been here and you want to check those out, there'll be a link somewhere to those. So, as I said, this is written by Craig A. Reed Jr., who has written some other BattleTech stuff I've reviewed. The two Elements of Treason books that I have read and reviewed. I did like both of those. I do have the third one, just haven't read it yet. And there were definitely some other books along the way. So in the description I'll probably have links to his other works. That's how I usually do it when I review a particular author's work. So, what's this one about? What's the general gist? First and foremost, I like the story. I read pretty quickly. Now, like I said, I didn't do the last couple months, so I made an effort as soon as I saw this one to read through it, so I could do a review here quickly, and still have most of the month left for you folks to download it. Takes place in 3038 on the planet, I believe it's pronounced ramen, like the noodle, within the Federated Suns. So this is during the Succession Wars era, about 12 years before the Clan invasion. And the planet has to be close enough to the border with the Draconis Combine, because they mentioned a couple times that the planet's occasionally raided by people from the Draconis Combine and pirates. So apparently they produce gemstones. The planet is also known for massive, severe blizzards that just kind of spin up out of nowhere and can last up to days, known as ghost makers. They also seem to have like an electromagnetic component to them which really screws with communications, which is a key element of the story. So our main character ends up incoming, they're going to gotta defend, so there's incoming enemy forces. Doesn't know if it's the Drax or if it's pirates yet. And before he makes contact, one of these storms comes up out of nowhere. And another guy in his unit had told him he's got all kinds of various stories all over the place But for this particular planet, he had a story about a distant relative of his, some 200 years ago, apparently getting lost in one of these storms. And ever since, there's been reports uh, of people hearing a woman's voice, and it was a woman, uh, calling to them and saving them. So the story, the bulk of the story is this guy's fighting the pirates, but he can't make heads or tails of where on earth he is, and he keeps getting the occasional call on the radio that's telling him things that end up being helpful, but he doesn't recognize the voice. It's a woman's voice, and he's kind of getting to the point of like, man, is that guy actually right? No, that can't be. Like the person's been dead for 200 years, and so yeah, so various things along those happen along those lines, and don't want to seriously spoil the ending, although it's a really short story. Like I said, I thought it was well written though, and the end, there's definitely some religious things in the end, and that's one of the things that I like about BattleTech. Not that I'm an overly religious person or anything, but it makes the setting feel more real. That even 1,000 years from now, people still have various belief systems, most of which are from modern day Earth, and you still have some characters that believe in these things and others that don't, and certain realms tend to favor certain religions, and I just think it's an interesting quirk of the setting, because a lot of like things that are like sci-fi in the future are like, oh no, we're gonna be so evolved, we'll be atheists by then. I think South Park kind of had it right, because I see people like, oh, we'll get rid of religion, no one will fight over anything, and I'm like, you don't know anything about history, my friend. That's not why people fight wars. They fight wars over stuff like land and resources. Religion is usually just the excuse. But yeah, now there's an episode of South Park where Cartman goes in the future, and it's just nothing but groups of atheists fighting over who's the hardest atheist. So I was like, that's about right. Nothing against atheists, to be crystal clear, or religious folks. I just think that, people will always find stupid reasons to fight each other, although it's usually always going to be about land and resources and control, and the others all just, things to cloak it in. We don't really see like big religious wars in BattleTech, except for when the Word of Blake went really crazy and went off the reservation. That was probably more of just the crazy phone people. So yeah, overall, like I said, this is a pretty good short story. I like Craig A. Reed Jr.'s other materials I've read, and yeah, it's I'm not going to say it's not. I'm not going to say it's an uncommon part of the setting. 3038. That's I think the fourth Succession War is going by that point. My dates on when the Succession Wars are going, I don't have all that thoroughly memorized, but I should, because it's obviously before the War of 3039, by the fact it's in 3038. Yeah, overall, good story, definitely worth a read. You should download it. You should download it whether or not you agree, whether you think my review is great or anything. I don't get any kind of commission or anything for that, to be crystal clear. That's from the Catalyst website. But you should download the story anyway, because it's free, and then you should read it, and you decide if you like it or not. And if you do, you should check out more of this guy's stuff. But yeah, that's about all I've got to say on this one. Like I said, overall, good story. It's probably it's on the better end of the short stories I've read on there. I've never really read a bad one, to be crystal clear. So it's kind of hard to say like, well, this was really good, but I don't know whether it sucked. Like, no, they have really been bad. But like I said, this one is definitely in the better end category. So in my opinion, it does what it needs to do and does so in minimal pages. Like that's, it takes talent to do that. But yeah, like I said, there'll be a link down in the description, so you definitely check that out. Otherwise, that's all I've got on this one. So let me know what you guys think. Comments down in the comment section. That's where they belong. Let me know down there in the comments what you guys think. Have you read the story? Do you plan on reading the story? Have you read the other short stories? Did you read the ones for April or May? And if so, what did you think of them? Should I go ahead and do the reviews for them, though you can't download them anymore? Anything at all like that. Let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Sharing and commenting would help us grow the channel. We always appreciate it. Obviously, subscribing. It's the name of the game here on YouTube, and it's the game we're all playing. But, yeah, that's all I've got to say. So just remember, no guts, no galaxy.